Hey everybody, welcome to Chortle Games. My name is Steven, and we're doing some Monster Hunter tonight. It's just me at the moment, but Matt is coming. He's fine, I got him. That was Peter. He wants you to know he's here too. Yeah, we're just gonna do some Monster Hunter tonight. I haven't played since the update. I think the second title update for Sunbreak, the one that added layered weapon skins. So I splurged on a lot of layered weapon skins, like the Narwa bow that I currently have. Excited to use that. Hello, sad Kermit and Blanket. How are you doing? Are you still sad? I'll actually go ahead and do another Bisha 10 hunt. That was quick enough. One of these days I'll actually look through the rest of these. Why are you sad? Just doing an anomaly hunt to get some more tickets and to get some more research points or whatever it's called. I've been out of the game for a while with Monster Hunter, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, great start. Didn't expect this bow to glow as much as it does. The world around Kermit. That's why he is sad. Interesting. What it is about the world that makes Kermit sad. Because I get it. The world's kind of terrible. What is it about existence and reality that cuts Kermit to his core specifically? I should go this way. Ooh, steak meat, nice. Good. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to this and that. Oh shoot. Not getting along in this world. Okay. Like disagreeing with people? Like a differing of opinion, or sad Kermit does not have friends? What's, when you say getting along with this world, what exactly do you mean? Oh shoot. This bow might be a little too busy visually because it's kind of blocking sight lines with the split limb. Thank you, Minnie. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Again? Really? Flynn, help. Sad Kermit does have friends. The split of the world in power and greed. Wow, interesting. Who hurt Kermit? That is a response that says to me that someone specifically hurt Kermit. There is a traumatic event that created Kermit in the blanket.
Thanks, buddy. This is the end.
Looks like Matt just hopped on Monster Hunter, so... Oh, sweet, turf war. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna call Matt.
Hello.
Hey. We are live, and I'm in the middle of a hunt, but feel free to hop on and...
That's good. He just got out of his room 1 second.
Oh, wait.
Come on.
Shoot. There we go. It's knowledge of the split that Kermit is now in his blanket. Sounds like Kermit's just been watching too much network news. Kermit should get out of his blanket and experience the world. And see that there is good in the world outside of the blanket. You just have to look for it, but you won't find it in the blanket. All Kermit sees is sadness. Well, that's because Kermit's in the blanket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm debating existentialism with sad Kermit in blanket.
Oh. Yes.
And all Kermit sees is sadness, but my rebuttal to that is when you're restraining yourself to the blanket, all you see is the blanket, and the blanket makes like the blanket facilitates sadness.
It is true.
It is. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a guy that streams video games on the internet to no audience.
Listen, there's audience. Sad Kermit.
That's true. Sad Kermit, you can't think that the world is all sadness because you're here. There is no sadness on Chortle games. Chortle literally is a type of laughter. God dang it. I fainted. That's your fault. I blame you, Matt.
Man, get that milk up in him.
Kermit's right. There is only sadness.
But the sadness that you see is the sadness of your own design.
That's what I said. Because
I said it better.
no, you didn't. You said it in a more pretentious way.
Chat, can we hit it?
You said it in a way that makes people feel like they're being talked at, not talked to. Hey, Austin.
What if I am talking to you?
You're not talking to me. You're talking to Kermit. You're talking at Kermit. I'm talking to Kermit.
I mean, you are short, I guess, and Kermit's a short Muppet, so.
You'd be a terrible therapist.
I mean,
Kermit says, I see. Kermit must hear the fart to get out.
yeah, honestly, Kermit.
Technically, that's correct.
Honestly, Kermit, though, you can make the fart yourself. No beans required.
So no one else is going to make the fart other than you. You have to be the fart that gets you out from under the blanket.
And you gotta make sure it's a stinker, too.
Be your own fart. Sometimes it takes discomfort of a fart to get out from under the blanket. But the fart that you are experiencing is the fart from your own design. That's you.
You're just mad
That's
that-
you, Matt.
You're just mad that mine was cooler.
I mean, you can say something with more flash, but if it doesn't resonate, then it's not cool because it's worthless.
Well, it resonated.
It didn't. The fart resonated. I'm coming.
That resonated.
One of these days, I will get you to delete that clip.
Never.
It's a miracle that you
Not
still
until I
stream
have
here.
all of us.
Did you even record Jake saying it in even funnier inflection?
Which time?
Last night!
Oh, I know, but he said several. He said it several times.
There was one time where he said it and then just completely stopped talking and paused for like 8 seconds.
Does someone have a clip of that? If you have the clip, I can do it, or I can just wait until
This-
he puts
this-
it in
this
in the
is-
short.
This is... What's the opposite of favoritism? This is,
What would it be?
Um,
Non-favoritism?
no, it'd be,
Yeah, communications major. Give me the word.
it's like, I'm thinking of like vindictive.
No,
But-
I was thinking that too, but that's not what that is. That'd be like purposely only getting you. Jeremy says it. We're taking it. I already got myself saying it.
You could say it's targeted. This is targeted.
Well, no, because you were talking about favoritism. And favoritism, you are technically targeting.
That is true. That is true.
So, welcome to Chortle Games, where we discuss synonyms. No, antonyms.
No, it's synonym. Well,
Antonym.
no, it's true. Yeah, it's antonyms because it's the opposite.
But we don't even know the synonym or the antonym.
Hey Google, what's the opposite of favoritism?
Here's some information from the web that might possibly help. On website
That's useless.
chortlefam.com, they say opposite of favor shows one person or thing over another or others. Equality, egalitarianism, equitability, impartiality. To find out more,
That's not.
the link to your Google Home
That's not. No. They're saying that equality and impartiality is the opposite of favoritism, which I guess isn't wrong, but it is.
I mean, technically. But I don't guess you should think about technically. You ever have your Nest camera tell you that it saw a face in your front yard, didn't know, but there's no face there?
Never had a Nest camera.
Hmm.
It's probably a bee.
No, I think it's the tree.
No.
The first gen cameras aren't great. It has two. I'm getting the new ones that have the floodlights on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put these in the backyard where I just needed to keep an eye on the dog and Hayes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and create a room.
Another synonym of favoritism could be nepotism.
I was gonna say nepotism, but that's
No, that's a thing that's illegal in the federal government.
it's also a type of favoritism.
Mm-hmm. But it's for specific family.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Or friends, I guess. Close friends. Alright. You know the passcode.
You can't be the guy that has like 3 or 4 different passcodes that he uses and says, and you know the
This is
passcode.
y'all's. This is one Jeremy told everybody last night.
I feel like we said a lot of passwords last night.
1231.
Thank you. Kermit says that Google is half true and half not true sometimes. That is true. It's probably way more than half, TBH.
You know, Kermit, you're right. Sometimes when Google is trying to find something, it looks at it and it goes, could this be
the true
could this be the
Google
result?
is what you've created on your own design.
No, because we didn't design Google.
Google designed you.
No, a bunch of nerds designed Google. And then they hired really good people at making algorithms to make the YouTube and the Google algorithm.
All right, what's your next hunt? What do you think of this bow?
That's all right.
Okay.
You're overcompensating a little bit.
I mean, this is Monster Hunter. All the
I don't remember
weapons are
how to-
overcompensating.
How do I open up something? What do I do?
You talk to her for your quest. This is gonna be a fun night.
I was trying to open
I
my
do
inventory,
really
but
miss this game. You said I told you to pick a hunt, and you said how do I do things? To open up your equipment and stuff, you go to the item box.
we got to hunt a Garen Golem.
Okay.
You go. Yeah. So where do I go?
Over here where I am.
I have to go to the box. Okay. Where's the box over here? What's F? Can I restock? Yeah.
I miss this game though. Pineapple should not be on pizza, but some say it should.
Whoa,
Kermit
whoa,
don't
whoa,
know what to think.
whoa,
Pineapple should be
whoa.
on pizza.
Pineapple should be on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza is great. It's
You
not
know,
for
honestly,
everyone.
If we look at life, life could be like a pizza. You starts out nice and plain, just cheese, not even cheese, sorry, just bread. They roll it out, and they put some sauce on it. That's the blood. That's your blood. And then they start throwing some cheese. That's like your early childhood. And then they're like, "Do I want to put pineapple on here?" If they say no, then you go straight to hell. If they do, then
You lost the
Obviously,
plot within 2 sentences when you started saying.
at the end of the day, aren't we all just pieces of pineapple on a pizza? That's called life.
Pineapple on pizza can be like it's good. Pineapple with calzones, not good. Pineapple on pizza,
No, but
good.
pizza, yes.
Yes.
The,
It's
specifically
not-
Domino's Hawaiian pizza.
Yes, bacon, pineapple,
With
and,
hot sauce
and
on it?
ham. Ooh, with hot sauce, interesting.
They put hot sauce on it. It's very good.
I might try that. I haven't tried many hot sauces, but
Damn it,
I
not
would.
Steven. I didn't want to ride you. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Someone
what-
took over my feed. I think it was Jake.
What?
He had a soundboard.
What weapon should I bring for this?
Hayes is not having fun trying to go to sleep.
Do I have a bow that pierces? Let me check my hunter's notes. Stop.
Sorry, I speak for the people.
Well, stop.
What's the jump button?
Remember, you don't jump. You do wire bug, and then you hit the
that's
one button.
stupid. What do you do to make your dog jump?
C while you're riding the dog.
Yeah, I'm trying that. I guess we can't do that here.
I'll bring sword shield. I think that is right. I don't think you can jump with the dog while here.
People of town.
It's Kermit sees, so we are all pizzas or pineapple. Kermit don't know. Really, we are the pizzas because the pizza is the sum of our life experiences. Some people have pineapple, some people don't. It's not for
Some
everybody.
people, yeah, I mean, you know, life's, it's life's like that. I almost said life's not for everybody, but then I took it back.
Matt, that's the one thing that is for everyone. Don't start the quest yet. I gotta eat. Have you eaten?
Well, yeah, because I'm not behind on my times like some people.
Okay.
The fact that I can't get in this empty tower over here and I see that it's empty just really breaks my heart.
Yeah. What do you think of Flynn's new armor, by the way?
Sorry, Flynn or Glenn?
Flynn. This is definitely Flynn.
Interesting.
It's got a floofy tail, like his tail.
He actually looks like he would be in Pirates of
Careful.
the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Flag. Or wait, Pirates of the Caribbean, Black Flag.
Curse of the
Curse
Black
of-
Pearl.
That's what I meant.
You were close. So many times you were.
Not even that. Not even that. Dang it.
You were circling
not
the
Pirates
drain.
of the Caribbean. No.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There we go.
Assassin's Creed Curse of the Dead Man's Tell No Tales.
He looks just like that.
I don't understand, but okay.
Okay, so there's this movie called Pirates of the Caribbean that has nothing to do with what I
That has
said,
nothing-
but I said it anyways. And one of them's called
Kermit-
Curse of the Black Flag.
Kermit
and
likes-
There's a flag that's black, and then it's cursed.
I'm ready,
and
by the way.
then,
Go eat.
And then, I already ate. And then there's a game called Assassin's Creed that used to be really good, and then they screwed it all up.
Coincidentally,
they made it-
Black Flag is when they started screwing it up.
Yeah,
Even though
you-
Black Flag itself was a good game, it was the beginning of losing the plot for Assassin's Creed.
There was no plot after Altair died.
No, not Altair, Desmond.
Yeah, I guess.
Because technically Altair died.
Him and his bae died in that room, you remember?
He didn't die with his bae.
Well, his bae died, that was kind of it for me.
I think... well, technically you are right, because Revelations ended with Altair and Ezio being in the same room. Because remember, Ezio hunted for Altair to find the apple, and he found Altair in his resting place.
He was dead.
Yes, but still, like, it was kind of it was in essence them uniting, kind of.
Revelation was my favorite because you got to build up your fort and make it super, or your house.
Revelations, it was good. I preferred Brotherhood, but I think a lot of that had to do with the story, because it felt a lot more like Ezio at his peak and becoming like the guy. Revelations, your statement was technically correct, because I think Assassin's Creed 3 kind of dropped the ball with the story because it didn't pay off correctly. So Assassin's Creed did kind of peak with Altair's death, because that's how Revelations ended. So your statement was correct. Kermit likes M&Ms. Do we like M&Ms? I do like M&Ms. My favorite M&M is peanut M&Ms. Those are great. Which also, the peanut M&M, like the cartoon, voiced by J.K. Simmons, a.k.a. J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man films.
Also, I'd just like to point out, you brought in a random.
No. That's an NPC. It's a follower.
Oh.
She joins for this quest for some reason. You can do quests called follower quests, and they're really cool because you can bring 2 other NPC hunters with you, and you can pick what their weapon is. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, Revelations, I just like building my base up. That's all I liked it for.
In my opinion, and I have been very vocal about this, I even did a review about it. Go check it out. Forward compatible Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed as a game, like mechanically, peaked with Unity, which is the game that did the worst in the franchise, probably because it was kind of at that peak where like YouTube was really, really big, and people loved looking up like glitches and fails, and PC gamers who were in the vast minority that experienced like the skinless glitches and stuff like that, they had a field day with Unity. And the public opinion became, because no one likes to think for themselves, the public opinion became, oh wow, Assassin's Creed Unity is such a buggy, terrible game. When in reality, I mean, I played it on PS4 and then I reviewed it on PC a few years ago. I had one glitch both times. And it was just one weapon was bugged. That was it. The gameplay was fantastic, though, because it actually properly utilized stealth. It had co-op missions and stuff. The story was interesting because it was like a Romeo-Juliet style story between an assassin and a Templar, and the assassin was very... Arno is the assassin from that game. He was kind of like, by using Star Wars language, he was a gray Jedi. Where he was like, his loyalty wasn't even to the assassins, it was to truth and justice. Like he was a lawful, like a true lawful good. And he was a detective, so he was very cunning and perceptive. Just he was like, they squeezed a lot out of him for the one game that he was in, and they never revisited him. It's a shame because he was great.
I would also like to say, it also just happened, probably ended up being in the beginning whenever people cared about, you know, bugs and stuff, because now you got Call of Duty games that, you know, crash in the middle of the campaign.
I mean, pretty much any third-party developer, it's funny because Ubisoft releasing Assassin's Creed Unity was like the first big game that they released that... Well, did Watch Dogs come out before Unity? I think it did. But point is, that was around the time where Ubisoft was getting slammed for making buggy games because, like, everyone really cared about polish. But now if you look at today, no one really seems to care because every game is bugged to hell.
Oh, I care. I
care.
Scathing crash reports to Activision today whenever it failed. I said, first time I said, are you kidding me? This is $100 piece of shit game right now.
$100?
Crashing in the campaign. That's how much people can pay for it.
They can pay for it or have
yeah,
to?
You get the battle pass thingy. But and then it crashed again, and I said, seriously? 2 times within 2 hours, and the shit crashes again?
I've started the hunt, and I'm getting destroyed.
That's good to know. Good to know. Thank you. You pulled
Just keeping you updated. Just keeping you updated.
I know not to stand near him. All right, I walked right where he was going because he's an asshole. I mean, he really is an asshole.
I knocked him on the ground. He is weak to thunder a bit.
I gotta reload. Oh crap.
I've got his attention whether I like it or not. Gosh, Sword and Shield is so fun.
Yeah, I need him to turn around.
Ooh!
Bring him here.
Okay.
I need him to get real close.
Do it.
Got it.
Oh! Oh! That sucked. Good try, though.
He almost had it in his face, too.
He did. That's one of the things I like about this, about Monster Hunter, is that the monsters can be clever in the way they fake you out. You need a heal.
Yep, so I ran
Throwing one your way.
Oh, dang.
I think you, just saying this, in case you weren't aware, I think you have a character edit voucher for free that you could use. Just saying.
I heard that. Yeah, something
Hey.
9,000 damage. All right, cool.
You hit him with 9,000 damage?
Yeah, under his stomach.
You sure it was 9,000, not 900?
It said 9,000. Unfortunately, you'll never be able to know.
It definitely didn't say 9,000, because I think
Get on him.
I got him.
Let me shoot up under him. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm headed to the right. East, sorry. That's what I meant. Yeah!
What's the button to reload everything?
R. You hold down R to reload through all of your ammo, I believe.
Piercing ammo.
It's hard to tell because I customize my key mapping so much.
I customize my key mapping so much.
Yeah, like, maybe the key mapping was by your own design.
By yourself all the time. You keypad of your destiny. See, I can do it too. Hey, how's it going down there?
That's going great. I'm riding a Volvodome. I know that's not what it's called, but it makes me laugh. Did I tell you that Peter kind of laughed for the first time the other day?
You did not.
It was really cute.
You must have seen your KD.
In what?
Does it really matter?
Are you aware that I'm actually really good at PvP games? I just hate them.
I've never seen
Ask-
Bruce, I'm sorry.
Ask literally anyone. They will tell you, yeah, it's really frustrating because Steven hates these games, but he's good at them.
Hey, is Steven good at PvP games?
Oh, Kermit with tea! Kermit has gotten out of the blanket, now has some tea. That's excellent. Proud of you, Kermit. How's the tea?
Yeah, that doesn't do much damage, light thunder.
Thunder's not doing much? Well, it's also because he's heavily armored.
I'm shooting him under him.
I don't know if that's a
Not-
weak point.
It's definitely not R.
I checked the
Oh.
notes. Hit him in the right arm. I think that's a weak point when it's like that. Sharpening, get out of there, get out of there. Remember, you've got the wire fall that you can use to fast retreat. I forget what triggers it, but as long as you got a wire bug and you're on the ground, you can bail.
I got piercing ammo on now.
Yeah, the right arm is a weak
Oh,
point
shoot.
currently.
Yeah.
You good?
Nah, he moved his head. You little bitch.
I'm gonna give you some buffs. Hold on. I'm gonna try to pull him away from that.
Oh god.
It's a bad spot. Crap. Okay, well, now we're in business. Okay.
Now his right arm as well.
It looks the same to me.
No, it looks different to me. It turned green. Like
Oh.
it turned more green.
But it's still covered in like volcanic rock for me.
His left arm.
Okay.
His left and his right arm both now are doing a lot of damage for me.
You're doing damage to him, or he's doing a lot of damage to you?
Oh, he's doing a lot of damage to me. Like, don't worry.
What were you trying to say just then? I'm just trying to understand what you mean.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna use a heal. Hold on. Shoot. Whew. Gosh. He is more mobile than he should be, like, visually.
Suck it now, bitch. Come get me now. Watch him come get me. He'll be like, alright.
Kermit sees there's light. Kermit just had to take the picture of trash and saw new happy pictures. Okay, good.
Like I said, the trash is...
Stop.
The That would be trash a great
is but by your own design. You know, I almost went to college for counseling, or I thought about it.
Kind of glad you didn't.
It's
Well, then we
fun.
wouldn't be friends.
That's not true. I probably still would be at Ridgecrest.
Oh, we broke his arm. We broke his arm. We broke his arm.
Nice. Shoot, I missed.
Keep him
I
down,
have
keep him
always,
down,
I,
keep
I
him
have
down.
always been very fascinated with psychology and stuff like that. I just never, I didn't think I could do it in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't think I was capable
He's
of
probably
writing
gonna try and kill
papers.
me.
You can learn more about the Kingdom Monsters.
Yep. Come on, do it. I got a shield.
He thought he was gonna get you, but he can't.
You can't.
His thing came back. His arm.
I miss this game. I'm having a great time.
I'm glad you're having a great time.
How are you enjoying yourself?
Well, I'm trying not to die right now, so can I talk
Yeah.
to you after this fight?
No. How much range do you have on that gun?
Not a lot.
Maybe we need to get you
Not
one with
at
more
high
range.
damage. I want to do. Oh, I'm trying to do a. I mean, I got good range on it. This little bitch, man. Steven, where the heck are you?
I healed you just then, so I'm healing you. Ooh, was that you?
That was
Fiorian?
not me. Yeah.
Okay. That was a
It
very,
I mean-
very well placed flash bug.
His left arm is weak though.
Shoot.
Will you wait a moment?
What strategies you hit upon? Honey, it ain't working.
Fiorian is going to... Oh, she found another monster and she's bringing it here. Like mounted. Yep, she's here.
Sorry.
Broke apart. Oh, it was a 396 damage on that one.
Oh, by the way,
His other arm. We're doing the big damage.
yep.
Hit that arm.
They added layered weapons, by the way. So if you have if there's a bowgun that you really like the stats of, but you hate the look of, you can override that.
Ooh, got a good one on that arm.
I barely dodged that. It wouldn't have hurt me, but it would have staggered me.
Or broke his arm. Let's do the damage.
Yep.
I'm hitting normal ammo with this.
Bahari is hiding.
He's leaving. Let him go.
With a researcher, isn't
Got to sharpen. Please kill these beetles that are interrupting my sharpen time. Thank you. Don't forget your Wyvern Heart ammo. Your minigun.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been using
Okay.
when it's time.
Gotcha. Give you a buff. Why did I just explode? Oh, I had Blast Blight on me. Tarantula. I hate it.
Are you suffering from some sort of ailment?
Alright, let's go.
Make sure you eat as well.
Yep. It's just right over there.
Coward didn't want to go far. He knows we get his butt whooped.
He's getting angry.
Kermit says stay in school, kids. That's good advice. But shouldn't you say kids should stay in school, but that's none of my business? Because that's the team name. Holy crap! I just got sent flying. You see that?
Yeah, this is the next phase, I guess.
He's on his last leg.
Oh, he sure is. Yep. All right, we need to get him. We need to get him stunned again, and then we just need to focus that arm.
Is this a capture or a kill?
Kill.
Dang! That sucked. Just get back here as soon as you can. I'll slow down.
Don't worry, Fiorian's with me though.
Is she? Why would she do that?
I guess because I'm the one who started the mission.
Yeah, probably so.
Kind of funny. Good job, Fiorian. Come back to who matters. Fiorian better catch up. We don't wait. We're coming. Turn around. You stupid monster. Moving your arm like that on me?
Nicely done.
Victory. We did it!
You know what? I had fun. That's what my guy says every time.
Let's recap the personal, buddy.
He always has fun.
Let's see.
Not a bad fight.
That's pretty good.
Pretty easy.
The game, the end game and the grind gets really fun when you get to basically when you beat the campaign for Sunbreak, because that's when you go into anomaly hunts where you get resources to add more skills to your armor, as well as you get better layered armors and layered weapons and stuff like that. Kermit, are you a fan of Monster Hunter? Actually, Kermit, how did you find our channel? I usually ask that whenever I see somebody that I don't recognize, just because I'm curious what's working.
Excellent.
It's perfectly okay to say TikTok as well. Jake's not here.
Yes.
If you say that you found us through TikTok, I will deny it. That if in the future. But you can say that if you really want to.
You really can't say it. You can even say it if you didn't find us through TikTok and you just want to mess with Steven.
No, you can't. I won't allow that. If you say TikTok, I will assume that you're just trying to vindictively be on Matt's side. That's the only way you can be on Matt's side, is if you're being vindictive.
I would. Oh my gosh, I'm not vindictive. Ooh, what's happening?
How can you say you're not vindictive when your character's name is Death Stranding and your dog's name is not Steven?
That doesn't mean I'm vindictive. First of all, you said. First of all, with the Death Stranding, with the Death Stranding comment, that could be to anybody. That could be about Jake as well. As far
Jake
as not
loves
Steven,
Death
I had a
Stranding now.
character called Steven, and you said to name it not Steven.
Holy crap, I own 84? Gee
And
whiz.
so
This'll be good.
It's definitely
not
not
Steven.
targeted at Jake, because Jake loves Death Stranding now, so
actually, does he?
he does.
Here we go.
He and Brody played it, and they're like, well, it's like, once you get past pretty much everything that matters, it's not that bad.
Shame.
Which I can't judge them because I never played it, but they have at least acknowledged that the story is not good.
This'll be good.
That's all that matters to me.
You've never played it in your. Oh my gosh.
Of course, I never played it. I have taste.
You can't say that if you've never played it and you can't review it.
Kermit found us through Splatoon. Okay. Kermit would like to see other games to find what else to see. What kind of games do you like, Kermit? We
Splatoon.
we probably will be playing Splatoon for the next Splatfest. We kind of put it down because we got mad at how random the meta is.
How sweaty everybody was.
Yeah. What's the next hunt?
Let me find out. I have to go talk to Guildmaster how much you're gonna know.
Okay.
Be there by now. Hey, good
We'll do this one.
Which one?
Almudron.
Almudron. Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Eat a meal. Pay with points. Order the
here
usual.
when you need me.
Let me
Whenever
check.
Taylor gets home, though, I do have to step away.
Yeah, that's fine. When are you expecting her?
For like 20 minutes,
Okay.
30 minutes. She's on 9:55.
Almudron. So they are weak to ice and fire.
Neither of which.
Mainly first-person shooters. What kind of first-person shooters? Like top 3 first-person shooters, Kermit. What are they?
You can hit me with the Call of Duty. I know. I can feel it.
I feel like a lot of Call of Duty people at this point are even like, I like Call of Duty, but yeah, I know. You know, like they understand.
Yeah, like I like the campaign, even though it died on me twice today in random spots. and you have to start the campaign.
What do you mean the
game technically
campaign
restarts?
died on you?
The game crashed,
Oh, okay.
and then it asked me to give them an explanation of what happened. Yeah, give them a little feedback.
I see.
I just want to know that they're pieces of shit as a garbage development. As a fellow software engineer, I can tell you that it's like maybe if you just got your finger out of your ass and like stopped focusing so hard on microtransactions and like making things monetizable, I guess.
But money.
Then you could actually make good content. I don't give.
But
They
money.
work for they're Activision. They just got bought by Microsoft. Money doesn't matter. The games the
Well,
game
one
that's going to
could-
make them the most money is Warzone 2, and I have a feeling that people are going to be so disappointed with Warzone 2 that they're just not going to play it anymore. People have already said that if it's anything like Modern Warfare 2, if they don't
could
make it the
say,
changes, then they're leaving it. They're done.
one could say that the reason that Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard was the money and the microtransactions.
Well, okay, well, the Blizzard part because, wow. So, I mean, that's hugely monetizable. That's, I mean, tons. You're paying what, $15 a month if you don't use in-game gold for it, but you're doing playtime, and then if you're in game, I mean, you really don't. You have to at least buy 1, maybe 2 months of a subscription. If you're playing WoW Classic, you're definitely not getting any gold enough to buy a WoW token. I don't even think you can buy a WoW token through there for game time. In retail, though, you can.
Overwatch.
You actually
Call
can't
of
buy
Duty.
anything into
What
Overwatch.
What are your thoughts on Overwatch 2?
You mean Overwatch version 1.2?
That is the joke.
I mean, it's a joke, but it's also.
It's also
I think the
the
reason
truth,
they got
yeah.
rid of Overwatch was because it's literally Overwatch, just version 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were
why
like, we
have
can't have them
another
both
version
running.
of? Yeah, because they knew like it's
They
the quote
changed
unquote
the
growing
time of day
pains.
in some of the maps. They added some. They added they added a support. They added I think they added a DPS. Yeah, they added a DPS Sojourner. I don't know if they added a tank, but that's it. I mean, you basically just took the game. They took the code base. I've done this before working when someone's like, "Hey, we want the exact same thing that you made for them, but with a different logo." They just copy pasted the repo, and we're like, "All right, let's start here."
You know, one could argue that if
It's the same engine too.
well, one could argue that they are doing the gambit of addition by subtraction, where basically, what was it? Was it Coca-Cola Classic? Do you remember that marketing stunt?
Mm-mm.
Basically, they came out with a new version of Coke, and they were like, "This is the new Coke." And people have argued, or not argued, but people have presumed that it was intentionally bad, which I don't really buy that, but the principle is there, where so that the demand for regular Coke could come back and it could reinvigorate the product.
I don't think they're gonna do that for Overwatch though.
Well, see, what I'm saying is that they release Overwatch 2 and delete Overwatch 1, reinvigorating over time, making Overwatch 1 have nostalgia, or reinvigorating the desire for that game to come back, so that they could just make Overwatch 2 Overwatch 1 again.
And the reason they made Overwatch 2 the PvP free is because they legally couldn't delete the game that you paid for without giving everybody their money back.
Which is hilarious.
So they probably did want to get rid of it. Like, man, we can't do that. So we have to make the game free.
Yeah.
And people who bought, I mean,
I want to like Overwatch, Kermit, but I'm not a PvP person.
you are really good at it, but you just hate it.
Yeah.
Working on it.
I do not enjoy PvP, but I am really excited for the campaign of Overwatch 2, because I've said
never gonna
from maybe I've said from as soon as we saw Overwatch and knew what it was about, I've said that is such a great concept for just a co-op adventure shooter kind of game, because it's basically just G.I. Joe meets not Power Rangers. It's basically just a modern take on G.I. Joe. And that's a great idea. And you can do a lot of stuff with that. And there's a surprising amount of lore. And why developers waste good lore and characters on PvP games is beyond me.
And as for Call of Duty, it's the same engine has been for the past 20 years, probably.
Yeah.
So I don't ever see. And also, again, the maps suck. There's a map that's just a straight road full of cars that the cars all explode. Everybody hates it. The game is the same thing as it was before. Nothing's changing. Warzone 2.
And people are eating it up.
They're trying to make the game more realistic. I don't know about that now.
I mean,
People are playing it, but people aren't loving it.
but they're
and the thing is,
they're buying it.
Yeah, you've bought it, and then you go in and you hate it. You're not going to spend more money on skins. The money that they get, the most money that their primary source of revenue in the game, once you like not including sales of the actual game, is through buying skins and buying packs.
But
that is where all their money comes from. It's $20. I think it's a minimum of at least $20 to buy a standard pack. And if it's got a freaking something else, you're paying either 40 or if you just pay 50.
If that's significantly where all their money is coming from, why'd they make a new one?
Because it was old and worn out, and they tried to follow this whole we're going to make a new game every year model, and it kind of bit them in the butt. So they're like, all right, this is the last time we do it. But we're still going to monetize the shit out of it, because the thing is, also, you don't have your normal. You're not going to have your other skins anymore. You don't have any of the skins you bought in the other game.
Which at
'cause
least
the other
Overwatch
game's still
2
there.
did that.
Well, the other game's still there. You can still play the other game. For now.
Yeah.
But I mean, so you're paying, minimum of $20, and there's people who will buy every skin they have on there, and some of them require a lot more COD points. And so you got people out there who are willing to pay, $40, $50. I mean, some people will pay $100 to get all the good stuff in there. And
Hey, Vortex, I've got a gun bow. You see it? It's a gun.
There's also they release them every season, but every now and then they'll just drop a new pack. So you figure they're probably making a few $100 million from that in sales every year.
I just think that there are games that are justifying their existence through microtransactions and skins and all that stuff, but I think if that was where all of their money, if that was the primary source of income, they would have stopped making Call of Duties every year a while ago.
Well, they are stopping making Call of Duty. The Treyarch's taking over in 2024, so it won't be Infinity War anymore either. That's the other thing, is we've been using Infinity War
I'm an
for
idiot.
years.
I did not mean to do that.
So if we're going to keep using Infinity Ward's ancient, stupidly ancient engine in a new quote-unquote new game, now there's graphic things that they can do, but the game mechanics themselves, the game itself, is still using basically the same engine. They're trying to get rid of slide canceling, but it's back. So it's kind of like in Black Ops Cold War. They tried to made the engine different, and then in the middle of one of the before Caldera, they changed the engine in Warzone back to match what was in Modern Warfare. I think it was Modern Warfare. They tried a little bit of Black Ops' engine, and then they were like, "Oh, this is ass." Who's that? Piercing 2 ammo? I think I do. Ooh, headshots.
Yep.
Your days are numbered.
This little bitch. I swear to God, I hate him so much.
He gets worse. Watch out for the mud pillars.
Joke's on him, that's my king. I got poison shots if we need it.
Flynn's got him poisoned. I'm not sure if poison's super effective against him.
Ooh, thunder is.
Good. I thought ice and fire were his weaknesses. That's what I looked up.
Thunder. Well, I mean, thunder is, just a young gun with a quick fuse.
Vortex, I personally love this bow. I think it's silly, but also creatively designed enough to be cool. And with all the bows in Monster Hunter,
Monster here.
Is it the... Oh, gosh, what's that thing called?
Rockman, yep.
Basarios, I want to say.
Rockman, yep.
Come on. Pick a fight, pick a fight. There we go. I enjoyed it early on, but now it's just the most unbalanced game of all time. I spent 90% of my time shooting Roadhog because I'm telling you that calling him a sponge is an understatement. Yeah.
Because he can just heal. He can heal himself instantly.
You okay?
Sorry. I mean, yeah, Hog can heal himself. I mean, he doesn't even need heals. If you have a Hog who's dying, then you have a terrible Hog. Hog can just heal himself. And he can just suck up bullets. I mean, he just sucks them up. He can also throw people off the map, which is really fun. But it's also, you know, like, you feel bad for people.
Yeah.
I used to love doing it, though. But yeah, Hog is like... Honestly, though, in 2, Zarya is the worst, honestly, because she's that with her shield. I mean, God, it's annoying.
Do you wonder...
I don't know if they buffed her shield or her ability, like, or the power, like the damage that comes out after you do the little thingy with her shield. But man, I tell you what, it was last time I played her with someone and she was on the other team, it was rough.
When you say this game, do you mean the game we're playing or Overwatch 2? Because I'm not trying to complain about Overwatch. I just think some of the decisions they've made is interesting. And I was about to pose the question, and I'm not saying this is what I think, but I just thought, hey, this is tinfoil hat enough to ask. But do you think that they maybe purposely tanked the launch of the Overwatch multiplayer so that they could have a built-in reason for the extended development time of the rest of the game? And that maybe it'll fundamentally change when the game fully launches, quote-unquote? Because a lot of these decisions that they've made just seem bad. Yep, you can hit the rock in his tail and you can break it. Oof! He broke my face with it. Gosh, that hurt. But yeah, what do you think of that line of thinking?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. Oh, he's leaving. I don't know, honestly. I just know that they're like it's so like the new. My main is support. I used to love playing tank. Only played Hog, but I got over that. My main is support, and I love the new character they added for support. She's literally DPS number 3. Because she can just...
That's not what you want to hear about a support character.
Well, most of the supports are everything except pretty much everyone in there is basically another DPS. Moira, a DPS, especially with her ult.
So
this new character, I can't remember her name. Kiriko, that's her name.
So the balance for Overwatch is just completely foobar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are counters for all the new people, and so like, I mean, it's not necessarily going to be like you get like smoked. But Kiriko, she does this thing where she can make everything like super fast. Everybody can run super fast. She can also like heal everybody really well. She uses cards.
Yeah.
Only thing is they like if you move behind a wall, the cards will hit the wall and miss. But her damage is just disgusting. It's basically like throwing knives. It's so nice.
Yeah.
How do you cancel a shot?
Roll, maybe?
Nope.
What shot is it?
Wyvern.
Okay, I don't know if you can cancel those. Oh, your Wyvern ammo? Like your
Wyvern shot.
Wyvern heart or Wyvern shot?
Wyvern ammo. It was Wyvern ammo, not the heart thing I'm about to do.
I don't think you can cancel those. Dang it. Crap, he hit me with freaking water blight.
He's very mad.
Have you seen anything for, I'm sure you haven't, Wild Hearts?
Nah.
It is, I think it's EA, unfortunately, but it's EA's answer to Monster Hunter, and it's set in like a feudal Japan setting.
That sounds about right.
But it seems pretty cool. because the monsters are like it's the aesthetic is kind of nature versus technology is probably the wrong word, but you kind of get what I'm saying, like civilization versus nature, and so the monsters reflect that. But there's also something called katakuri, which is a building mechanic that you can do that is it's baked into the combat to where you can build like towers or like turrets, I guess. But I watch Eric's for this kind of stuff because he's my Monster Hunter guy. But he was saying how like the katakuri are part of the combat to where like you could be doing a katana combo and then drop a katakuri below you to launch you up in the air to do like a down slash or something. It seems really neat, and it looks pretty. But that comes out in February. Surely it's going to get delayed, but...
Yeah.
So what is the current God of War Ragnarok situation that you're referring to, Vortex? Because I have opinions that were kind of shot down last night that I said. Because I dare besmirch the name of everyone's pick for Game of the Year
That
before it
was
even came out.
not why you got shot down. I actually didn't listen to why I got shot down, but
It was just... I'm a fan of God of War. I haven't played the games yet because I'm waiting for both to come out and be able to own both of them to play them all in one sitting. Because my understanding, especially with it being a duology, is that they flow into each other really well, and it's like two parts of one story, you know? Oh, I haven't seen anything for the leaks. But last night I was saying that the fact that, based on what I was shown, that Jake showed me, God of War is getting nothing but 10 out of 10s. I said that worried me. Because nothing should look that consistent. Everything needs a differing of opinion. And the fact that it was all 10 out of 10 made me feel like either, which I don't think that this is what's happening, but either that people are getting paid off, or more realistically, the hype is bigger than the ability to critically think. Do I think that God of War Ragnarok has the capability to be a 10 out of 10? Absolutely. I have no doubt that it's going to be a great game. But I'm just worried that we're going to have a Red Dead 2 situation, which is where a fine game that did a lot of impressive things was considered flawless, even though it was inherently flawed. But I watched Skill Up's review of Ragnarok today that was 100% spoil-free, and he answered a lot of my questions and made me understand the hype a lot more. So I appreciate the game more, I feel like. Basically, Vortex, I went in on Red Dead 2 saying that it was unpleasant to play because Rockstar refuses to grow up in the way they make their games, and they have this commitment to realism sometimes, usually when it's inconvenient, like in the way you run or in the way the bodies move, and like the smallest thing can ragdoll you into oblivion, just stuff like that. But they don't fully commit to realism. Because they still want everything to look and feel like an action movie. So it's overly handholdy at parts, like whenever the story is involved. And I'm not saying Red Dead 2 is a bad game. I never was. I was just saying that for me specifically, the writing was not good, or at least not near as good as people said, because the pacing was bad. And the main character... Matt, I'm curious to hear your opinion on this, because no,
I don't offer opinions on games.
well, it's not on games. It's more so on character.
Can you stop making me miss? Oh, you're driving him now.
Yeah. So, if a character changes based on player choice, can they be a well-written character?
You mean,
Like if Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, if my Arthur Morgan is different from your Arthur Morgan because of the choices, then who is Arthur Morgan?
the base character.
But what's the base character if player
the
choices.
one the game starts out with, and then when player choices happen, it all becomes different. But ultimately, at the end of the day, there's still generally, a path or two that you can have. Either you end up being a good person or a bad person.
So you're in the camp of thinking that it's not difficult to say that a character that fluctuates based on player input is a well-written character.
Wait, what?
So my line of thinking is, if, like, let's use Fallout 4 as an example, because there were a lot of dialogue options in Fallout 4, and you could kind of react however, usually sarcastically, and the dialogue was very different for everyone who played the game. Mm-hmm. So you can't say, or so it makes less sense to me. That's probably a better way to put it. To say that the Fallout 4 protagonist is a good character, because
it depends on how you play.
Who was playing him, exactly. And
also,
so
they're not named a specific character. They're named whatever you give them.
Right.
And like in all the rest of the Fallout series.
And so,
but
Arthur Morgan is different.
Yeah, doing that to a main character is an interesting play. But yeah.
So like, to me, it's like, sure, those moments can be handled well. Like, maybe a moment that you had was different from mine that has to do with resolution with a character. Maybe I killed the character, maybe you didn't, and there was a moment that was well written. But does that make the character of Arthur Morgan good when the choices that you made as a player, not the choices that Arthur would have made as a person? And this, I know this is getting like in the weeds, but basically what I'm trying to say, is that a well-written character, or is that just a well-written scene?
It's a well-written scene.
Okay. That's
Also
what I
Taylor?
think. Okay.
So I'll be back if you want to run one without me.
Yep.
I'll be back though.
Yep, ETA, what do you think, roughly?
Probably like 20.
Okay. I'll run another.
Yeah. One run. Yeah. Be
Okay.
back.
I personally feel like people wanted a game like that for a long time, considering we haven't been getting much early this year. What game, Vortex? Kermit sees how much a game in itself can change so much in its own fans. I probably come off as like a big downer that's like trying to just take a dump on everybody's parade. I'm really not. I think that everything needs to be looked at through a critical lens, even the things we enjoy. Does that mean that we can't just say, like, look, I enjoy it, and that's that? No, that's not what that means. But if we're going around saying this thing is a 10 out of 10 because I was too hyped on on the perspective I gave the game myself, then I feel like that's not fair, I guess. I just see games get shafted, really games, shows, any form of media. I see things get the shaft just because they don't have the hype behind them, when those pieces of media did things better than these other things that have hype behind them. And it's inconsistent, it's unfair. And so I just try to make sure that I look at everything with the same objective lens. That's all I'm saying. And Red Dead 2 is one of those cases where I played Red Dead 1, and I really liked Red Dead 1. But I was not one of those people that when they announced Red Dead 2, and like, I wasn't behind the hype. To me, it was just like, oh, cool, another Red Dead game. I enjoyed the first one. And so I didn't have that hype behind me. So I was much more able to approach the game with a grounded, unbiased perspective, because I just generally don't get behind hyped things. And so when I played Red Dead 2, to me it was just like, I was looking to be invested in the story and the characters when nothing really happened for 6 hours of playing the game. I was looking to enjoy the gameplay and the act of exploration and just riding in the Wild West doing cowboy things. But it wasn't fun to play. Well, it's not that it wasn't fun to play. It was just... It was frustrating to play at times because of design choices. And that took me out of it a lot. I do think that the game did some incredible things. I think the open world is really good, although its charm can wear off after a while once you see what's kind of pulling the strings. But that's true about any open world. Another good example of this is probably Avengers Endgame. And I probably sound like a broken record, but I usually do these kinds of rants whenever someone new enters the chat room. I don't like Avengers Endgame. I love Infinity War. But I don't like Endgame. And the reason is because and to me, story and character is of the utmost importance, especially when it comes to something that is a part of that big picture storytelling thing like the MCU is. So to me, if I feel like story or character is being phoned in, then that's a big sin to me. And with Endgame, it very much felt like they had somehow written themselves into a corner with the way Infinity War ended. And they didn't care about the movie that got them to Avengers Assemble. They just knew how they wanted it to end. And it was really sloppy. It was the script of that film. I'm not talking like just dialogue or anything like that, but like there were so many contrivances and plot holes just to get to Cap holding the hammer saying Avengers Assemble. And people didn't care because it was like, well, so what? Cap did the thing. He said the thing. And to me, how you get there is just as important, sometimes more important, than the destination. And in Endgame, the journey was stupid. That's what happens here, Kermit. Whenever I do a stream that is just me and someone else that's not Jake, usually me and Jeremy get in conversations like this, but whenever I'm the one that does the majority of the talking, I usually will go into rants like this. And I never want to, in anything I say, be dismissive of people's opinions. Like, if Avengers Endgame is your favorite film, great, tell me why. Tell me about it. I'm not going to say you're dumb. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. The most I would do is just explain my opinion. And I would love to hear everyone explain their opinion. And that's one of the things that frustrates me, is that I feel like I've always tried to be this way, where I never want to be dismissive. I just want to understand people and their opinions. And people don't know how to do that anymore. We live in a world where I like it because I like it, or people don't know how to justify their own opinions, and justification is probably the wrong word, but it's hard for me to understand a person or to see their point of view when they don't understand what their point of view is, you know? Just using like She-Hulk as an example, and we've talked this to death. Jake and I have talked about it to death, to the point where I told him that it's off limits for podcast because I just can't talk about it anymore. But She-Hulk was offensively bad to me. And the people that like it, and I'm not calling Jake out here specifically, because Jake did have some reasons that were valid from his perspective, but a lot of people that like it, they just say like, I like it because it's different, or I like it because it's bad. No joke. That was a reason that I saw two people use an illegitimate. Like, I just want people to help me understand where they're coming from so I can understand the person better. That's it. It's never about, ha, you triggered my trap card, or anything like that. I'm never trying to trap people in conversation. To me, I understand people better through seeing the way people understand themselves. Does that make sense? But I've always been, for better or worse, a very self-aware person. And so I guess I just expect not the same, but a similar level of self-awareness or investment in someone's self-awareness from other people. Can you tell that I haven't had much, like, interaction or conversation with people outside of my house by the way I'm talking? Because we've been in parents mode over here, so conversation has largely been like, "Has he pooped today? When did he last eat?" Oh, you know, like, just parent of newborn baby problems. Notice in movies nowadays that people base their opinions on other people's opinions rather than have their own. So basically, having someone point out our facts that expose things is great. Thank you for saying that. And that's kind of where I'm coming from too, where because we live, and yes, I'm going to say the thing, we live in a society, because we live in a society where there is essentially like we worship the people we follow, like through the fact that influencers are so common now and so widespread that people can and will define their personality, their likes, their opinions, everything based on their favorite influencer in said category. People are forgetting how to think for themselves, and that a lot of that is the case in criticism. The MCU has gotten hit really hard by it because it became so big. And I hate fandoms because of that reason, because fandoms more often than not aren't, I like this because reason, like it's people who are part of the fandom for the sake of the fandom because it's the thing to do rather than actually liking the source material. And I hate that. I just hate fake people. And so that's all I expect from people, is just to understand themselves, because I think this world lacks a lot of self-awareness and self-understanding. So if I ever seem like I'm pushing, that's why. It's not because I think someone's opinions are dumb or necessarily wrong. It's because I understand a person better by them being able to explain themselves. But I've been told, and Matt picked a great time to have to go talk to Taylor, because I'm gonna get real introspective here. But I've been told in the past that I explain myself to a fault, where like I seem like I'm coming up with an excuse with excuses. But I've just always been an over-communicator, an over-explainer, to where like I've seen so much miscommunication and misunderstandings that I never want that to happen with people. Like, I want my intentions to be known. I want to be, with me, what you see is what you get. And so I'll often, like, there will be times where I'll think about something I said and then bring it up and be like, hey, when I said that, I didn't mean this. This is what I meant. So there's probably a air about me that I don't let things go, but it's not that. It's just, it's very important to me that people know what I mean. Because communication is very important to me. But I've lost friends over that little quirk about myself, where people just don't want to talk to me. whether it's because I am like that and it's just a chore to be around me, or I get on people's nerves, or they just don't want to be around somebody that's real all the time. I don't know, but that's kind of been the thing. Honestly, I don't understand the hate Chris Pratt's getting for Mario. I understand the meme, because not long after they announced him for Mario, they announced him for Garfield as well, and at that point it was like, okay, this is getting a little ridiculous. But he's gonna be fine as Mario. And maybe he just wanted to do the role because his kids like Mario. Maybe he just wanted to do something cool for his son. Maybe he just actually likes the character. But no. Let's make fun of him because he has opinions. Understand? I'm reading chat on my top monitor while trying to shoot this guy. Let me know how I do. Yeah, it's hilarious to me that people are just like, and when I say people, I mean people that would be the same ones to complain about like whitewashing roles and stuff like that. But people are saying they should have just let the original voice of Mario do the role. When that entire accent, and I'm not trying to cancel Mario, it's just ironic to me. That entire accent is an Italian stereotype and should be offensive to those people, but it's not, because it's not convenient for them to be offended by it. So in my opinion, yeah, Mario does need to be different for what they're trying to do, because they're trying to make a legitimate animated film out of this, probably multiple animated films. And let's be honest, you can't take, even though it is going to be a fun, probably silly movie, you can't take any line of dialogue said by Mario in his original accent. You can't take any of that seriously. They would have put themselves in a huge corner if they had done that. And also, if that guy is older, who knows how long he's going to be able to keep doing voice work. They made a forward-thinking move. It's what you do. I'm excited for the Mario film. I think it's going to be fun. I think anyone who is pissed off about the characterization of a character that has no character, because that's who is Mario? He is a guy that's good at everything because they need a lot of sports games, and he jumps. He has literally no definitive qualities other than the fact that he is maybe Italian, I guess, and he has a brother named Luigi. He is the epitome of a blank slate, and like, you can't get mad when your blank slate character isn't portrayed in the way you imagined he was, because guess what? That's not how he was. He was designed to be adaptable to the person who was playing him. It's the whole surrogate for the audience kind of thing. If you get a nothing character to be who is the player plays as, then the player is self-inserts. That's just how these things are done. So people getting offended at, what, they're adapting Mario different from my fan fiction? That's the stupidest thing ever. There's so many other things that you can get mad about, even in the space of like fiction. Like, get mad about Rings of Power. That thing's garbage tier. That's actually offensive. But no, let's get mad at our Italian plumber that has no personality being given personality. Yeah, the Kuluyaku will pick up a rock and think it's its child and beat me with it. Oh crap. I knew that was gonna go badly from the moment I hit the button.
Your days are numbered.
don't know why Puke's not attacking. They gave to expand voice actors and let people use their voice actors so they aren't too attached to the OGs when they retire. Yep. Mario isn't worth getting offended at. He never has been. So don't start now. Just don't. I would be curious to hear, like, I would be curious to know how many voiced lines Mario has had in each game that he's been in. I would be curious to find out what that number is. Oh crap.
It's over. Be careful.
Oh, he got a pot now. He thinks that's his child. Whoop. Sonic or Mario? I mean, I think Sonic actually, it depends on what you're asking. Like, which one's a better character? Sonic, because he actually has personality. Which one has a better fan base? Definitely not Sonic, because obvious reasons. Who has better games? Mario. Like, it just depends on the question you're asking. But with Sonic games, they've actually had dialogue, and he's had writing put behind him. There's been story. You can't say the same thing about Mario. Unless if there's a Mario game that I'm just completely blanking on, which I guess Mario, the RPG for what? That wasn't Game Boy, was it? Like Paper Mario, all that stuff, I guess you could say. But Mario wasn't the focal point of that. It was the world around him. Sonic was the focal point for the story of Sonic games. Yeah, I don't want to say, like, Sonic's fan base is so bad that they make me want to, like, not want to say anything good about Sonic. And I know that wouldn't be fair, but, like, that's my gut reaction when it comes to Sonic because the fans are so cringe. Well, not all the fans, but you know what I mean. The fan base in general, like the public opinion of the fan base. I would probably say Mario, Kermit. Well, I'm honestly not a big fan of either of them. I think if it wasn't for the fan base, I'd probably find Sonic. I'd probably enjoy Sonic games more. Mario games to me have always just been fine. Like they've been essential to like gaming history and as far as just video games and the approachability of video games, like they're some of the best ever made. But I just like I like Nintendo's library of characters, so I feel like any opinion I have of Mario is by proxy or because of Smash Brothers, and that's not fair. But with Sonic, I don't know, I feel like there's somehow more to those games in terms of, like, what am I trying to say here? Mario, overall, Mario games are better for their simplicity. But Sonic games, I feel like there's more characters that you can usually play. There's different types of levels, stuff like that. Like I'm thinking like Sonic Adventure, whichever one that is, the one that everyone really likes. Sonic Heroes, I don't know. Am I making sense? But yeah, I think that Mario games are great. Mario is a great mascot. But I think that's all Mario is a mascot. Say what you will about Sonic fans and the unfortunate state of their internet presence, but Sonic, I can tell you facts about his character. He is consistent to, well, as far as I know, he's consistent to the adaptation. I won't fall in the poop vortex. If anything, I'll use the poop to my advantage. You can throw it to repel monsters. But yeah, rank my opinions. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get some water. Enjoy the little cutscene of me petting Flynn when this when timer runs out. Be right back.
Job, buddy.
Gosh, what an adorable computerized dog. And what an adorable little boy. Hey, Peter. I'm holding my son. He's wearing a shirt or a onesie with a little cartoon Yoda on it that says, "Too cute, I am." Precious. He's hungry, so he's fussy. Mom's making him a bottle right now. It's okay. He's been a bit of a fussy butt today. You're alright, bud. He is 7, almost 8 weeks old. Hey, Peter, Kermit says hi. I'm sure once he calms down, he'll be very receptive of that. Mom to the rescue. She has a bottle. All right. Let's see if I can do anything new with the crafting over here.
Hey there.
Oh, that kid is gonna be trouble with his opinions. His parents have way too much sarcasm and sass for their own good, and if that's genetic, someone's gonna need to pray for us.
Fire with fire. Ow, we're talking.
So we need normal rapid up. Don't only have... Ah, dang, I need to have...
Now that I got this curious
I am excited about when
I feel like I'm starting to close the gap
he starts to
between him and
like
Billy.
have opinions and stuff.
Fire.
I'm gonna probably regret saying that, but I think it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
let's do it.
She does look kind of like a Pokemon trainer. I assume that's what you meant. Oh, dang, it takes 20? That sucks. Yeah, 20. 20. Well, dang. Okay, so what has the worst?
Only way I can help
Is that
is keep banging
Curios? Is that how you'd pronounce that? I need to know how you guys would pronounce that.
Put my heart and soul into it.
Curios is what I'm gonna use as a placeholder for now, but I need to know what you guys think. How do I see what the... Okay, there we go. Thunder attack and steadiness. And what does steadiness do again? I don't think steadiness helps me at all, so we're going to craft this one. That feels not worth it. I'll just keep that one. What the heck? Oh, I'm an idiot. The value is 10. Oh, I can do that. I can do this a lot of times. Oh, wow. But that lowers the defense. We're just going to say curious. Wait, it reduces critical eye? What? I'm going to do this 2 more times. Wall runner boost. You know what? What's that going to do? Sure. Let's... Please don't say that. I definitely don't need that. One more. Holy crap. Can't believe it. I just lowered my defense, but you know what? Now, you see that right there? Normal wrap it up 3. That's what I need for my bow. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, let's do this one. Holy crap. Plus 53 defense. What did I do? I mean, I probably shouldn't even touch this thing anymore, right? I should just keep it there. Yeah, Sonic Frontiers is coming real soon. That was so loud.
Did it scare you?
It caught me off guard.
Cross has posted a request. That's wild because it says I got kicked out for inactivity.
I didn't kick you out, if that makes you feel
No,
better.
the game did. So the game gave me the warning, but then it said, "Oh, you posted something." Like I don't.
That's because
I don't think he did.
I went on a hunt.
Passcode.
Is that worth losing recovery up?
It's not worth losing anything.
I don't think it is. I probably made a huge mistake doing that just then.
What happened?
I'm doing Curious Crafting, which is the random augments.
Dang.
Yeah. So, Kermit posed the question earlier. Sonic or Mario?
You know, I have a strong opinion about that topic. I'd like to give you my dissertation on it.
You say that topic or hot topic?
That and hot topic. So, Kermit, I posed to you a question. Mario, the idea, versus Mario, the man.
Oh my god.
Everyone knows Mario
I
is
walked
cool
into
as
that,
fuck.
and I'm so mad at myself.
But who knows what he's thinking? Who knows why he crushes turtles? And why do we think about him as fondly as we think of the mythical, yet non-existent Dr. Pepper? Perchance. I believe it was Kant who said, experience without theory is blind. But theory without experience is mere intellectual play. Mario exhibits experience by crushing turts all day.
He does.
But he exhibits theory by stating, let's-a go, keep it up, a baby. When Mario leaves his place of safety to stomp a turdy, he knows that he may die, with a capital D. And yet, for a man who can purchase lives with money, a life becomes a mere store of values.
Yeah.
A tax that can be paid for, much as a rich man feels any law with a fine is a price. We think of Mario as a hero, but he is simply a 1%er of a more privileged variety. The life kind. Perchance. I can never make it past the Stomp-a-Turdy. The Stomp-a-Turdy always gets me.
Yeah.
Like, I can do pretty good. I'm like, I haven't laughed yet. But you hit that, we hitting up the turdies. It's
Stomp
like,
a turdy is a wall. It really is.
but it's also a mindset for life, you know?
It is.
Like, every day I live my life now, I think, man, you know, oh shit, I overshot it. I hate this. I think, man, I gotta stomp them turdies. Them turdies. More like flirties.
I'm actually really excited for Resident Evil 4 as well, because I never played the
Is it being
original.
remade?
It is, and it looks gorgeous. And
Just because it looks
Leon's,
gorgeous doesn't mean it's not gonna suck.
well, Leon still does killer roundhouse kicks, so that's important.
My friend Michael, I'll tell you that I used to play games with all the time at his house or watch him.
Are you joining me or am I joining
you?
you?
Join me.
Okay. So
Like you're already joining. That is I remember those games with him. And I remember specifically the one, I think it's you're in the desert,
In Africa or in the desert?
Africa, I'm pretty sure.
That's
Like
5.
in a town. Yeah.
You play as big, bulgy vein steroid man that punches rocks, and black girl.
No, actually no, not that one. You're Chris and it's Chris and the girl, and you can swap between them.
Yeah, so that's big, veiny steroids punch boulder man. That's Chris.
Oh. He played all of them. I just remember that's the one that I was like, I could probably do this, and then I hated it.
Yeah.
Because you know, like how they do ammo and stuff. Not like the game was like content was good. I watched him play it.
Mm-hmm. You know what Resident Evil game? And I'm saying this. Please don't hate me. I am not someone who has frequented Resident Evil as a series, but Operation Raccoon City
Be sure to check the special
was
website.
fun.
Hope we can talk again soon.
That's the one where you play as a squad of Umbrella operatives responding to the threat to the situation in Raccoon City.
Ah.
It was fun. It was fun. It was not a good game. It was fun.
Yeah, a game can be fun, but not a good game.
Go ahead and post a hunt.
Like Blood and Bacon, not a good game.
I don't know what that is.
It's $1. You should look it up. We should play it one day.
You
Or it's $2.
just
Maybe.
said it's not a good game.
I mean, it's fun. It's just not a good game.
Okay. You know what? Well, we've talked about this a little bit, but although you've probably already forgotten what game this is, but I'm going to pose the question to you anyway. You know what game that
No comment.
people say is really bad, but honestly, I've started playing it again, and I don't see the issues with it yet.
What?
Homefront: The Revolution.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I played it on console and had a horrible time when it came out because, my God, the worst sensitivity settings and aiming for a shooter I've ever played. But I saw it on G2A for like $5 on PC, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's try this out. And I did, and so far, I really like it. And there's a co-op mode that I kind of want to play.
I'll be down at some point. I also want to try Far Cry 5.
I thought you played through Far Cry 5.
Yeah, but co-op.
Oh, it's great. It's the same thing, but co-op.
I know. I want to play it with co-op. I have. I watched the guys, like that group. You know, I told you that I watched them play it once, and then they all played the second, or the thing and they stopped in the middle of it, like this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Sec-
Talking about like Far Cry. What was it? The one with the girls?
Oh,
One After Five?
New Dawn.
Yeah, where he's still alive like 100 or something years later. Yeah.
Yeah, that game was. It's better than it could have been, but it's not good, and it was just a bad idea.
Yeah. But in 5, that group they had a one dude played a scheme where he used nothing but shovels.
Oh, the shovel is the best weapon. They have
I know.
a shovel launcher.
I want to go shovel, just pure
so,
shovel.
So, back when we did Far Cry Arcade a lot on the channel, which is the multiplayer slash, like, it's the map editor that you can like play people's creations. There was a map type that was PvP called Shovel Dodgeball or something like that. And I think Kalen was the one who created it. I'm just going to credit it for him. And if he didn't, I'm going to tell everybody they're wrong. Kalen created it. But basically, you have a gap in the middle and then 2 sides, one for each player. And the only weapon you can use against each other is a shovel, and it's one it kills. So it's just, it's literally dodgeball, but with shovels. And it was so fun. It was so dumb, but it was so fun.
That's kind of like Blood and Bacon. Blood and Bacon, you're killing pigs at a farm, and they can spawn. The pigs can kill you, obviously. But
So
you fight big
please
pigs.
explain to me how anything I just said about shovel dodgeball is like anything that you've mentioned.
Well, the light kind.
Stop!
I mean, like I said, my life motto is, let's go, keep it up, baby. That's my new life motto. R.I.P. Honestly, also I've been thinking about the question you posed before I went away about I don't remember how to word it. I know what I'm saying though.
Ludonarrative dissonance with characters.
Yeah, the thing is, they wanted, like, in Grand Theft Auto 5 too, you can do the same thing technically, sort of. It doesn't change the outcome. You have a mission at the end that you can decide your outcome.
Right.
And all it does is it either gives you a whole bunch more money or it splits it 3 ways. That's basically the only difference at the end. And,
Right.
if you feel good or bad. And everybody always tries to save everybody at first.
But are you given any character choice other than that last decision in Grand Theft Auto 5?
I honestly don't remember. It's been so long. since I've
I
played
don't
it.
think you are, and that's there's a whole conversation about ludonarrative dissonance that people started having more so with Last of Us Part 2, which I think is very important, because I think when that becomes important, ludonarrative dissonance being like how in Uncharted, it's a lighthearted adventure game, but Nathan Drake kills so many people. And Nathan Drake has been shown to be this guy that cares about human life. But he's killing so many people. But Uncharted is not trying to make commentary on the sanctity of life or like guns are bad or anything like that. So then you have Last of Us Part 2, where you play as Ellie and Abby, who are both ruthlessly killing people by the player's hand. And then you'll get a cutscene where they're like feeling bad over the person they just killed, or questioning, is it wrong to kill this person? When the actions you've been taking, when they go to great lengths to make you feel bad about the actions you're taking as a player, do not match the character that you are seeing in cutscenes. So the ludonarrative dissonance is what you end up with. The reason it is a problem in Last of Us 2 above everything else is Last of Us 2 thinks it's saying something poignant. The whole message of seek revenge and you dig 2 graves. But you kill so many people, and you revel in it. And so the cutscenes have this tonal, like this jarring tonal difference from the game that you're playing, because it's like they're handing you a gun and being like, hey, press the trigger and see what happens. Isn't that awesome? And then when you get to a cutscene, they're just like, you should be ashamed of yourself. But then they give you another gun.
I mean, I think you mentioned it, like comparing it to like Fallout series. I mean, again, the Fallout, the reason it works there is because you are the character. You
Right.
designed them in the very beginning.
Right.
I can't remember if you actually like make your characters look in 3, but I
You do.
remember you do the whole special crap. You do all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, 4 was a big deal because it was the first time you actually have a voice, but it's still the word. Well, the paraphrasing of the words that you choose. But I think the reason, like with Arthur Morgan, and I don't even remember how much your options, like your choices, mattered in Red Dead 2, or even like how many choices there were. I just remember there were dialogue choices, and I thought that was weird because Arthur Morgan is portrayed as this guy who seems, I mean, similar enough to John Marston, where he's like not a bad person, but he's still a villain, kind of. But then the game is trying to get you to do things that Arthur Morgan probably wouldn't do, like.
Because they want it to be like you're making the decisions, even though in reality your decisions are finite, and.
Right, but if they do that, but at the same time expect, good lord, this guy is.
He wants you.
I hate the Hernitar, Scimitar, whatever. But Arthur Morgan was given, like, the portrayal and the writing was given awards, and the story was given high praise.
Holy shit! I am almost dead.
Yeah, if you're bleeding, that's the darker red health bar.
He one hit me.
Yeah, I believe it because he sucks. But whenever you're
I'm gonna go
bleeding,
shit on his grave.
you need to crouch and stand still for or sit still for 3 seconds to make the bleed
I
go
couldn't
away.
move though. You
I
saw
know,
me.
I know. I'm just making sure you know that that's how you clear it.
Me, I'm about to go shit on his grave. I'm coming though.
But it got awards for its writing, and people were like, "Oh, Arthur Morgan's such a great character," but
He's no CJ.
Arthur Morgan is whatever the scene needs him to be, and that's kind of my point. Like, it's that clash of Rockstar game design between go do whatever you want and hey, this scene needs to go exactly this way. So you end up with the version of Arthur Morgan that you play, and then the version of Arthur Morgan that the game decides to give you. And
Kind of like in D&D, you try and give them free choice, but in reality they don't have it.
right, but hold on. I had an example that I was going to use and I forgot it. But am I making sense though, Vortex? And Matt,
I thought you were talking to me. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure the chat knows that I still see them.
And that we still love them.
Yeah. So the chip on my shoulder was that Arthur Morgan and the guy that portrayed him, which the guy that portrayed him did fine, but he got best performance at the Game Awards that year, and he beat Yuri Lowenthal as Spider-Man. And
The thing is, the big titles are always going to win.
but
Like it's not going to change.
right. But I mean I think the VGAs are a complete joke aside from the reveals that they give. Like, it's not, there's no legitimacy to their
All
awards.
that reward show bullshit is just reward show bullshit.
Yep.
Whether it be video game or like
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oscars are a complete sham. It's hilarious.
how do I get rid of poison?
Put your weapon away.
Into
Press
the-
space. No, that's poison. Press space to crouch down, and then just sit there for a sec, and it'll go away. Poison
Wow.
sucks. But yeah, to me, if you were to ask me which
Oh my god.
performance or
I'm standing there, you bitch.
which character writing was better, I'm obviously going to say Spider-Man, because and granted, I know I played all of Spider-Man. I didn't play all of Red Dead 2, but there's a reason for that. The story in Spider-Man was actually compelling. But
so I think what we have to start doing is playing all of the games to give it the full. You got to play it all the way through.
we'll see. I
bitch.
in everything I say, I make sure to include that asterisk of I didn't beat it, but I tried, and I put 6 hours into the game to get me remotely interested into what was going on, and it didn't. So in everything I say, I will say I didn't beat it, so maybe it got better, and I'm sure it did get better. But there were pacing issues that were harsh enough to completely throw me. And so holding up Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man versus the guy who voiced Arthur Morgan as Arthur Morgan.
Cut on him. He's done. We're done. We got him.
Oh, he's not close to death yet, but keep hitting him.
No shell.
Yep.
Hit him on the back.
But between those two, all Arthur Morgan was at that point was just a white dude doing a Old West accent. Whereas Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man had to portray one of the most iconic characters in modern fiction.
He's coming for me. I feel it.
Nope, he's fleeing. But one of the most popular and well-known characters in modern fiction, he had to portray him in a way that felt fresh and new and definitive. And he did that. And all of the emotion was there. Like, I could tell you what makes Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man different from any other version of Spider-Man, because he's well-defined and well-written. Whereas I couldn't tell you what's different about Arthur Morgan compared to John Marston.
Okay, so again, I think we have to touch back on I think you should play the whole thing.
I don't own it anymore. I let someone borrow it and I never got it back. And again, I'm sure the game gets better. I'm sure the writing gets better, but I played the game, like, main story for 6 hours, and nothing happened. It was just, he was a blank slate. He felt like a blank slate. Like, he had mannerisms, sure. He had relationships with people, but he was just
I
just a guy.
To give it a fair run.
That's why I'm not saying definitive statements like Red Dead 2 is a bad game. All I'm saying is that
said you don't think this should win the video game award. Game of the year.
Well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't have won. It shouldn't have won best performance, because everything I know and everything I've seen about Arthur Morgan, which is 6 hours worth.
Which is not. It was just not a lot in comparison to, like, you think about all the other Rockstar games. I mean, how many hours?
It should be.
It
should be enough. Games need to value my time. and Vortex.
You say that, but Last of Us. How much time did Last of Us take?
For me to get invested in Joel, about
No,
2 minutes.
For you to beat it.
For me to beat it, 9
Some games
to 9
take
to 12.
longer for you to get invested in.
Right.
My example is going to be New Vegas, because I didn't give two shits about me being the courier until I got into New Vegas. Until I got into Vegas. And that takes time, because you have to get 10,000 bottle caps.
Right.
And so I wasn't really invested until I got in there and met Mr. House and all of that. That's when I really got invested. It takes time.
Right, but the difference there is that you weren't invested in your character because you weren't supposed to be, because you were the insert. You were invested because you took time in the world, and it was you placing yourself in the wasteland and approaching challenges as you, or as the character you were playing. The characters weren't the hook; it was the world. It's the difference in New Vegas.
In New Vegas, you're going to tell me that the character isn't like the courier at the end?
Like the character that you play.
Yeah, the courier.
They're a placeholder for you. They are who you make them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So the
Arthur
draw for
Morgan,
story.
in that case, is who you make them. You are actually someone, though. You are the courier. The
Right.
courier is a person in the world.
But
We know
the
why
person,
he's who he is.
The person that he is based on the choices the player makes, right? Like, what the position he's in as the courier doesn't define who he is. It just is the uniting quality between all of the versions that people play. Like, that is the one thing that is always the same between them, is the decisions that got them to that point. But everything after that is what matters, because that's the game.
Yeah, so everything you do in Red Dead makes Arthur Morgan, I guess, special for you.
But at that point, who is Arthur Morgan?
He's who you make him out to be.
Then how is he well written?
Because you have to have. I mean, there's still. I mean, even in Fallout 4, there's still parts that are written out and locked in.
Right.
Spoiler alert: you should have played the game by now, so I don't really give a shit if you get spoiled.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just kidding, guys. Love y'all. But not kidding. The locked in part is you wake up or you go into the vault.
You're talking about Fallout 4?
You get tricked. Fallout 4, yeah. You
Yeah,
go into the
yeah.
vault.
I've played first, I want to say 10 hours of Fallout 4.
So you didn't beat it?
No, I just couldn't get into it. I have no opinion of it. Surprisingly, New Vegas I got into, but I never beat that one either. Bethesda games are just really daunting for me. Like, specifically like your Elder Scrolls and your Skyrims, your Fallouts.
So, but what I was going to say is, what the things that were locked into the game and have to happen.
Right.
You have to your spouse dies, and they take the baby from your spouse.
Yep. Yep.
You go to find your spouse. You go to the stadium. I forget what it's called in real life, but you go to the stadium, and you get pointed in the direction, and eventually, you make it to the institute, and you have to find out that your son is the head of the institute.
Right.
Spoiler alert. And that the synths you've been fighting are controlled by your son, sort of the group that he runs, and you have to make the decision between Brotherhood and I forget the other one because I picked Brotherhood. Like there are locked in decisions. Like
Right.
Fallout. Actually, let's hit Fallout 3 because I think everybody knows Fallout 3 for sure. You have to decide at the end of the game: are you going to kill yourself? Or are you going to let your dad kill himself? That's locked into the game.
Right.
Are you going to there's some decisions that are locked into the main story that have to happen that make the story, because
Right.
in in New Vegas, even the courier, you have to spawn as the courier, and you have to realize, holy shit, someone tried to kill me.
Right.
You have to go to New Vegas. You have to meet Mr. House. You have to go at the end to the dam and fight either fight Legion or become friends with Legion. This man is just taking it in the butt.
He is still not weak.
This bitch.
But
Who the fuck you think he
so
Oh no. Oh, no.
So what you're
Oh, no.
what you're saying is that the story is still there because there are things that have to happen.
Yeah, there are things that have to happen
Right.
in the game.
So
because otherwise you're just running around. But ultimately in Fallout, all of them,
Right.
you have to go to certain points that have to happen, and you can do the story there is good. So you think about the overall story in Fallout. You think, okay, so this is a person who was in Boston when the bomb was dropped and ran into the vault in Boston. This is a man whose family was taken, and he wakes up at the end of the vault's life technically and tries to do it, and he ends up. You have to reach certain vaults. You have to do all that. Same thing in 3. Same thing in New Vegas. In 3, you have to go find a Gek at some point. There are things you have to eventually go do, and I think that's the writing they're talking about. He is jizzing on you.
He is. But that's not character writing. That's plot.
But the thing is, your character has to be able to do those things. Like, for example, in Fallout 3, did you play Fallout 3?
Some, yeah. I played a good bit
Yeah,
of it.
I nuked Megaton. So there are things that after that I could not do certain parts of the game until I got my karma up.
Right.
And so you have to work. And so I don't know.
I get what you're trying to say, but to me, being able to weave plot and a player's position within it is different from writing a good character. I think Bethesda has, in the past, I don't know if they've still got the touch because they kind of went downhill, but they've always, with Elder Scroll and Fallout specifically, they handle the choices they present you and them still fitting with the overall plot narrative that you are tied to. They've handled that balance really well. But that is different from creating...
Made a diversion.
Okay. Yep. Good. Thank you. That's different from being able to
Oh, he's in phase 2. Jesus.
write a compelling character that I can say, like, this is who the character from Fallout 4 is. I can say these things about them. I can't say that, not because the game is written poorly, but because the game has to be written a certain way for it to work. So it's the Fallout 4 character is not a good character, but that's by design. And when I say not a good character,
shit. You
I mean
lured him over here, you bitch.
I am dying.
Oh, jizz.
Oh my
jizz.
God, let
You
me heal.
bitch.
But you see what
I
I'm
said
trying?
no. I said no. You just assaulted me, Spider-Man.
It's a crab.
I'm about to give him crabs.
But you see what I'm trying to say by that, though? Like, it doesn't make Fallout 4 a worse story because the characters aren't well defined. It just means that if I were to see someone say, just using Spider-Man again as an example because that's where we are. If I was to see someone say the character in Fallout 4 is more compelling or well written than Yuri Lowenthal's Spider-Man, I would strongly disagree.
I think that's because you really like Spider-Man.
Well, I'm just using that as an example. I can use many others.
But what I'm saying is, it's all about, at the end of the day, the people who vote for it, it's all about what game they like. It
But-
should be about what game they like.
Right, but I'm just saying character. I'm not saying game.
Well, yeah, but so like, they like
He's
his character.
finally weak.
They're probably going to vote for him.
But that's
to win.
But he's not at that point. Who is the character from Fallout 4? It's who the player made.
That's because you literally build him or her. no
Right.
offense.
And
This
so
particular girl, you're a bitch. Just
what
kidding,
what
sorry.
what essentially has happened at that point is the writers for that character wrote 4 to 6 different versions of the character, one
Mm-hmm.
for each personality. So how
I
is
need to get up under his butt. I need
how-
to get to him.
Yep. How is that better than a character that was handcrafted a certain way to be believable as a real person?
This little motherfucker.
That's like, that would be like someone, like if you have an essay question on a test. That is like someone, like which of these answers would be better?
Hey, I'm about to wyvern.
Wait,
the
wait,
fuck
wait,
out
wait,
of
wait,
this
wait,
dude.
wait. Don't do it yet. I'm gonna get
Should I do
barrel
his
bombs.
face?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna put barrel bombs behind him so that it should go through.
Wait, no, I meant to do this. Nope. Hold on. Huddle. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Ready?
Yep. Do it.
That was 1,000 damage.
I did see that. But if you are grading an essay, and
Which I have to do at some point.
one person answers the essay with a very well-defined answer, and you can understand why they think what they think and where they stand, and then another essay answer boils down to it's open to interpretation. Which one's the better answer?
It depends on the point of the essay. And so in the video game awards,
One
it's
is-
to pick who they
one
people
is-
think are the best character.
And one is objectively better than the other.
It's subjective.
It's this in this case it's
subjective.
in the example
The
of
whole point of the whole video game awards thing, it's all subjective.
I mean
Because,
it's
like-
all rigged. So
like
it's
you-
technically
like, so
not.
An example is you think that The Last of Us is a great game.
Last of Us 1, yes.
I never played it, and I never intend to
Okay.
at this point. I'll take that back. I might play it.
You should play the first one and then
but-
forget about the franchise.
I've never played it,
Yeah.
so I have no care. So if someone said, "Here's the selection," Red Dead Redemption 2 that I've played.
So this is why you slandered Cosmo so much, because you.
Hey, can we stay on target here?
No, we're still on target. I'm just a couple steps ahead of you.
No, we're not bringing up the Cosmo. That's different.
Okay.
It'd be like saying so basically it'd be like me going at this, someone asking me and you, all right, here's 3 games I want you to rate. Best game is period. The Last of Us, Fallout 3, or Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've played Red Dead Redemption 2 and Fallout 3. I've never played whatever it's called, The Last of Us 1.
Right.
So obviously I'm going to say that either Fallout 3 or what game did I say? Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm going to pick Fallout 3 because one, that was my first game I got on Xbox ever.
Right. Right.
But Fallout 3, I'm going to pick it because it's my game. And so then they asked, John Billy Bob over here, and he says, yeah, well, I loved Red Dead Redemption 2. It was a big game for me. And then they asked a few other people. That's what happens. And so they say, okay, so out of these games then, who's your favorite main character? Is it the Courier? Is it Vault-Tec Son in Fallout 3? Or is it Joe? Or is it Spider-Man from this one Spider game?
From Red Dead Redemption 2.
From Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, well, I never played Spider-Man. I never played this one. Or I played Spider-Man and maybe I hated it.
Right.
Because again, it's all objective or subjective. Not
So
objective.
so we're talking about 2 different things.
No, so I'm saying what I'm trying to get to is their decision on picking Red Dead Redemption 2 and saying that Arthur Morgan is the best written character is because that's their favorite game. They liked that game. Or it should be because they like the game. I'm not talking about the politics of the shit or whatever. I don't care.
Well, you're
I'm
right.
saying
It should be based on the individual.
It's based on what the person's saying it likes.
Well, it should be based on the individual award. And because Red Dead had just come out that year, literally like 2 weeks before the awards happened, everyone was still playing and everybody was still hot on it. So all of the influencers and publications voted for Red Dead for literally everything. So it won stuff it shouldn't have won.
Okay, but honestly, that's the nature of having awards.
Of course, which is why the awards shouldn't take place till
That's why
until
Taylor
January.
Swift doesn't win awards.
But what I am saying isn't down to someone is objectively wrong for saying they like a character better than another character. I am simply saying that, from the position of a writer and what goes into writing those different styles of characters, when you are asking about character, which is literally the qualities that define a person, what went into making Spider-Man, just using him as an example, I could use others, is more than what went into making the character from Fallout 4. That is all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with opinion. It's just that when, because you can say, I could ask you.
Well, I could say that in Fallout 4, they had to basically write out 40 different characters.
But they didn't. They wrote different scenes.
Well, not necessarily, because there are also other parts of the game that you cannot do based on the decisions you've made previously.
Right.
And so they basically had to write a character who could potentially,
who
could run the entire gambit of the game.
Right, but that's them.
Because ultimately, we're not making our own choices. We're making choices that they've given you. Everything is predetermined by the developers.
Right.
We can say, oh, you have all these free choices, but you really don't. You can only make one of the 3 choices that they give you.
Which is why that's plot writing, not character writing. Because that...
But also, Spider-Man has been... I mean, Spider-Man, there's 40 million Spider-Man movies. There's 40 million Spider-Man games. So people are just kind of like, I'd rather pick somebody who's not in 40 different games that they can win another category on.
Well, that's a completely different conversation, but I'll go ahead and pose the question there.
I'm about to cat you if you don't watch out.
To me, and this is a lot more from the subjective point of view. Vortex, you haven't played Fallout 3? You should totally play Fallout 3. You'd love it.
You haven't played Fallout 3? Oh my gosh. Vortex.
But
Vortex. Hold on 1 second. I say again. Vortex. Play this game, get all the DLC, and if you blow up Megaton,
You know they're releasing
Let me
a
know.
next gen upgrade or a new gen upgrade for Fallout 4. Isn't that weird?
I mean, it's not really next gen because they're probably using the same engine, but
It's literally just a patch that like
So-
that makes it run better, or like a visual upgrade and stuff that makes it run better on new gen consoles. It's weird.
so
for the
I'll
game-
tell you that.
Good.
Well, you go ahead. They're updating a game, so yeah. So it's because their engines, all the old engines suck ass.
Of course.
Because
Bethesda
they weren't
refuses to
designed
use
for-
a new engine.
Well, no, because designing an engine is not easy,
Oh, I know.
and like anything like that is hard. But what I was going to say is, I mean, I kind of expect them to be trying to upgrade their engines just because of the fact that it's. I mean, you need to have updated engines. Number one, because graphics have come a long way. We have more memory. Older engines can't really. I'll use Call of Duty as an example.
That's why I'm worried to death about
This game-
Starfield.
So a good example is the game that, or Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood. It ran pretty well on our computers, right? And yours too. I'm gonna use yours as well. Or my old computer. Most games ran pretty well that were using a newer engine. Newish. I'm gonna say newish.
Okay.
You know what game didn't run well? Call of Duty. And you think, well, I played Warzone as it released, which means that it should have a pretty up-to-date engine.
What are we hunting? Is it a bear? Oh, it's a Barrier. That's gonna be fun. They are scary.
I'm just clicking down. I was just
Yep.
been clicking down the list. What I was gonna say is, it's an old engine and it
Right.
didn't run well. And so
Right.
then I built this computer, right? And I'm like, okay, this computer can run literally any game in existence, and stream at the same time. You know what game it can't run?
What?
Not talking about streaming, but just can't run. Call of Duty. It still has issues. I have a very good computer, but because the game, you have to have very specific settings before you can get everything set up to quote unquote run well. And they're using an old engine that was written 10 years ago probably. Actually, I need to look and see how long the engine. But the problem is that it's a lot of. I mean, as a software engineer as well, that would be called tech debt, basically technical debt. Updating your engine, updating code. Normally it's like code to be more secure, more like rigid. That's what updating the engine would be. But you know what people don't want to pay for?
Taxes.
Tech debt.
Oh,
Tech debt. Because you don't get a product.
right.
And so what's happened is they became so all three of the companies that used to make Call of Duty are owned by Activision. And Activision, like my client, don't give two shits about error handling until it breaks, or upgrades to the engine to make, or upgrades to the features to make it faster. So you ask them, and they're like, I don't care about that. Give me a new game.
Yeah.
I think finally Activision has realized, because honestly, they made a game so bad that the people that they paid to be sponsors, the people that they sponsor, don't even want to play the game anymore. They like the people they pay to play the game don't want to play the game. When you've hit that point, you're kind of like, maybe we're the problem.
Yeah.
And they finally have admitted that, and we're not going to have another game until 2024. After this one finishes its full release, we won't have another until 2024.
Has that been confirmed, or are you speculating?
100% confirmed. 100% confirmed.
Oh, good.
Nothing's coming out in 2023 from Call of Duty.
That's good.
And they're changing the engine to Treyarch's engine, because Treyarch's engine is the newer engine.
Yeah.
Black Ops Cold War was a beautiful engine, except for freaking cheaters, and I hope they all
Well, that's never gonna go away.
get hernias. But also another interesting thing is Activision, when I tried to apply for them, didn't want to offer me jobs, but now they send me a new job offer every week. I just want to tell you, Activision, if you're listening,
Wow.
you're a little late, bitch. And I can't do it out of principle. But yeah, they're focusing now on their.
That's
like,
what we're hunting.
Activision's
The
hiring-
saber-tooth tiger dragon.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, Tornado Guy? Oh, I
Yeah.
remember him. I like how I just call him Tornado Guy.
He's so much more. Yeah.
I
That's
hate him. Oh god, I freaking hate these monsters.
you
wasted
could use
bullets on him.
you could use soundproof to ignore the effects of roars.
Well, it's not that. He keeps moving his little bitch ass.
Yeah.
Also, are we extra lifing right now?
Oh yeah. Technically no, but people can go to donate at chortlegamesextralife.com if they want to. Because
Yeah,
remember,
guys,
Jake
if you
told
wanna
us
go
that just
donate-
Thursdays.
ChortleGamesExtraLife.com. You really want to go donate? We're actually raising money for St. Jude, not St. Jude. I'm sorry,
Batson
for the
Children's Hospital.
Batson Children's Hospital in Mississippi. It's our children's hospital local to our area. We'd really appreciate it if you donated.
Yeah.
Maybe something will happen.
Tonight
some
it probably
point?
won't, but you can.
Not tonight. No.
You
not
can
tonight.
you can build up. Credit
track everything?
To get,
Yeah.
We can write down a note if someone donates money. We can be like, okay, this person gets this much value when we start doing rewards for other games, something like that. You can call in that favor.
If you missed last night, you missed me making their lives a living hell.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if someone pays
Sorry,
$50,
tractor's running.
if somebody pays $50 right now, I'll go on another rant about Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. That'll go over great.
Going?
It's wild. Not a single donation.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. I pulled the donut.
I've got it pulled up right
It's
now.
been running.
actually.
I mean, it doesn't do it. I mean, it'll say things, but I'm not.
I'm
gonna
a
use
broken
it.
record at this point. Everybody knows where I stand. People think that I hate everything, but I really don't. I just
So Chad, he does hate everything,
really
but he
don't.
loves everything as well. So the definition of everything is kind of fluid here.
I just expect better
Also-
from everything. That's the difference.
Also, if you want some honey, we got you, fam. Also, if Jeremy's here, I'm kidding. But Jeremy's not here. We sell
Jeremy
honey
has
here.
no power here in Monster Hunter.
True. This is our stream.
Yeah.
We love you, Jeremy, but this is our stream. We miss you too. Come back, Jeremy.
Miss you, love you.
Also, Jeremy, this is for you. I just shat myself for you. Oh, that's okay.
That wasn't an actual call. Like, if someone wants to donate $50, be my
I
guest.
had full health.
Yeah,
full
Barrieth
health,
hurts.
I had full health.
You need to upgrade your armor. It's time. Also, he nearly two-shot me just then. So, but
I hate this guy.
that wasn't an actual call to donate. I didn't donate. It was. It always is. But I didn't expect anybody to donate. That was just an inside joke here on the channel about how my opinions about Breath of the Wild almost ruined the channel.
Hey, if you actually, you know what? If you donate $50, we will play Uno.
Wow. Tomorrow night, but we wouldn't have Jake tomorrow night.
We will play Uno on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday night.
If someone pays
Honestly, we could do it during
$50,
podcast. We could, if we have
that
me,
would be a
you-
great podcast game. That's a good idea.
All right,
Yeah,
so
$50
and it'll
for the
happen
rest of the
during-
stream. We will
Yeah.
play Uno this month for podcast or for Thursday.
Yeah, we will play. Austin, I hope you're here. We will play. We'll do Uno, and we will just not hate ourselves out loud. Just kidding. It's really fun. Yeah, $50 for the rest of the stream.
Yep.
If you can't see it, I have a little thing they'll tell us. The total.
ChortleGamesExtraLife.com, all one word.
Mm-hmm. Does Jake's last name begin with a J?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Alliteration. Because it shows me his name because he's
Yeah.
the only person on the team. On this thing, you know, it's just like if you want to do multiple streams for the same cause.
Right.
I gotta admit, Extra Life has come a long way since the beginning.
When did it start?
I remember it going on in like 2013, 2014 area.
Okay.
A Minecraft stream specifically. I remember watching it on. That was back in like the height of Minecraft.
Are we not still in the height of Minecraft?
No, that was when Minecraft made it to the #1 streamed item on Twitch. Oh shoot!
I thought it still does that.
Well, actually no. So at the time, Tom Syndicate, he reached the most viewers on Twitch doing Minecraft, a series called Mayanite.
I don't even know who that is.
He's from Britain. You wouldn't know him.
Okay.
if you watch the YouTube from the beginning like I did, you might know him, but you know, there was this huge series that went on called Maya Night. It had Captain Sparkles, Jericho, it had Syndicate, and it had this girl named Firefox. And Nate Shot. It had a bunch of people in it at one point, but basically, they did this huge series. Season 1 was unmodded Minecraft. Season 2 was modded Minecraft. It was pretty cool. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it ended up being, you know, people broke up, boyfriend girlfriends, and so yeah, that was it.
Peter, why do you have to be upset right now, buddy? Mom just went to bed. That's probably why.
But yeah, so basically they were all, it was like there was this big ordeal where Tom wanted, I think he got like I don't remember, he became the #1 stream thing on YouTube, which was a big deal because he beat League at the height of League. And so, well, then you know my boy, Big Daddy Tim the Tatman, fat ass. Tim, I hope to God you're not here randomly somehow. But also you're fat, and so am I. Tim beat it with, I think he beat it with 300,000 when he was doing Fall Guys. And the devs were literally making fun of him on Twitter because he sucked at the game for 5-year-olds.
Oh yeah, that's where I first heard about Tim the Tatman, was his losing streak.
Yes. His friends, he basically got all of his friends in one lobby, and that's how he won. There were cheaters in the game, and they were live banning cheaters from the match.
That's funny.
Like, it was that was by far my favorite stream Tim's ever done. I was there. I was one of the 300,000 when he won. The chat went so fast it broke Twitch. The chat stopped working.
Wow.
There's apparently a limit on Twitch's chat, which Twitch doesn't surprise me now because, you know, they got nobody there anymore because nobody likes Twitch.
Well, they're all moderating with one hand.
When you when you turn into that, you lose people. And you know, people thought, oh, you're not going to lose anybody, but YouTube, one of the streamer that I've been streamed to or subscribed to, Jericho, for, oh my God, it's like 10 years. I'm one of the longest subscribers he's got. Like, he didn't renew his contract with Twitch.
Yeah.
He's still a partner right now. I think he's going to YouTube like everybody else because YouTube is making moves. They're making moves. They're doing things for the gaming community. I do miss, I don't know if you remember it,
What?
the YouTube gaming.
Yeah.
The specific page, like the specific site just for YouTube gaming. That was lit.
Yeah.
We need that.
What moves are they making for gamers right now, or for streamers? Because I don't feel,
We don't get them.
I don't feel moved.
We're not partnered.
Yeah.
Damn it. So it's just kind of things that they're changing. So it's things that they're bringing big name people, and the way they're bringing big name people is not by saying, you know, oh well, stream this much time and we'll give you money. They're like saying, we'll give you more money for less hours of you streaming per month.
Right.
They're also making changes to YouTube. They added gifted members. If we ever get to that point, they added gifted members. They're adding the whole the split between live and shorts and normal videos. Which, I mean, for me personally, I think that's pretty cool, especially since the only channel I usually check is ours.
It really
and Tim the
hurts
Tatman.
the little guy.
I mean, I think this could help the little guy if we use it properly. Okay,
Use it properly, or play the YouTube game, because that's something I never want to do.
Play the YouTube game. If you want people to find you, you have to play the game. It's all about the algorithm, and the algorithm basically is just looking.
Sucks.
So no. They're not talking. Oh, you're talking about playing the game, yeah.
Playing the YouTube game, yes.
It does, but it's the same thing as playing the Twitch game.
Which also
don't
sucks,
escape
and I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, well, I'm trying to figure out what I want to get rid of my inventory because I got too much crap in here. Can you kill this guy already?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not doing enough of all the damage?
That is what I said, right?
I believe
I
so.
don't think did I stutter? Did I stutter?
A little. We gotta get you better gear. How much damage are you doing per shot?
35 per shot.
Okay.
36.
Hit him with what
I can't right now. I
Yeah.
can't right now. Hold on.
what normal ammo do you primarily use? Like what rank?
I use poison 3, or right now I'm using penetration 3, or piercing 3. Piercing 3.
Penetration 3. What's
Oh my god.
what's a damage
Hold on.
tick?
I can't. From him, when I use that,
Yeah.
about 26
Okay.
in the head.
Okay, so that's decent.
This one though, if I can get close enough to his head,
We could make it better.
623 on that one.
I'm hitting for about 100 per shot.
He's fucking.
But that's 3
I gotta go.
Yep.
Is he targeting me still? No. He's. Oh, yep. Oh, bitch. You know,
He's
actually,
leaving,
that's
he's
a
leaving, you're
mount.
good, you're good.
This guy almost looks like a mountain WoW, identical to the one that I have.
I think I know the one you're talking about, actually. I don't remember seeing that.
This is identical. I might have to go check my retail account. Because, you know, you can't buy anything in Classic.
Once we finish this hunt, I need to check his diaper.
Yes.
And that should probably be where we end the stream. Before I say more controversial opinions
So,
everyone hates.
so I do want to make sure I say something. I don't really care who wins. Like, your opinion is fine with me, Spider-Man. Like, it's.
I mean, I don't care who wins the Game Awards either because they're a sham. But I
no,
just...
But not on the sham level. I'm just saying that I think that the reason that people pick what they pick, ideally would be because that's what you like, and that's what it should be. It should be me as a game reviewer. You know, I really enjoyed this game, and like, this is probably a hot take. One of my favorite games I played on Xbox is Dante's Inferno.
That game,
Because-
everyone I know who's played that game loved it, but I feel like it wasn't talked about when it was out.
My friend Michael had it, and that's the reason I got it, because I saw him playing it, and I was like, I want to try that,
Yeah.
and so I bought it. Back in the day, you know, when you could like go get a game for like $30 at GameStop, and that was like expensive, and I got it for like $5 because GameStop was the shit. Hot take, I know, but
Really, the issue is just that I despise the court of public opinion when it comes to pop culture.
I think you enjoy games that you enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with liking what you like, but I just think that for me,
You have hot takes, and honestly, if we don't have hot takes in the world, then what the? You fucking bitch! I want to kill you, and you're sitting on the shit on your bed. That is these. I had full health.
I know. We got to get
full
that armor
health.
upgraded.
We will upgrade armor. Chat, we will come back to this game the next time we play with me having god armor, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of getting one hit by a monster.
That's not supposed to be the norm. Although monsters are supposed to be able to one hit you, but it's usually like
But he's using basic attacks
Yeah.
to kill me. and
right. That's not
that's-
supposed to happen.
And it's annoying because I keep dying and I'm losing experience and I'm losing gear,
Yeah.
and it's stupid. But yeah, so yeah, you do have different opinions, but you need that. But also, I have different opinions too.
Yeah.
I like Dante's Inferno. Some people don't, because they're like, oh, I showed titties, or specifically nipples that
titties.
shot people out of it.
Yeah.
The nipples shot people out of it. There's nothing sexual about a nipple that shoots monsters out of it. You have to fight your way through the 9 circles of hell. I think that's pretty lit.
Yeah. Yeah. I again, I said this earlier when you were gone. I don't ever want in anything I say to be me saying you aren't allowed to think what you think. I just want people to be able to back up what they think.
Yeah, give me some reasoning.
Give me some reasoning for what you like. Oh, good. Sexfind.info just said my private photo here, and then didn't provide a link. If you're gonna give me a place to get
Private photo here.
malware, give me the place to, like, you know.
You know, did you make me an editor yet?
I need to.
I want to go delete it. Let me go delete it.
Go comment on the stream, and I'll just make you an editor that way. But yeah,
I need to write a bot that comments on the stream.
people
to make it more popular.
people can like whatever they want, but I'm not going to respect your opinion as much if you, or at all, depending on what the opinion is, if you don't know why, or if you can't explain to me why. That's all that matters. I understand people through them understanding themselves.
I commented
talked
on the
about,
stream, by the way.
thank you. I do not see it yet.
It's because I wrote penis. It probably got blocked.
Good.
There we go.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is that people can think what they want, obviously, but I'm not gonna
Back it up.
back it up. I'm not gonna respect
Don't hit
it.
me with-
you
yeah.
could do whatever you want, but like, I'm not gonna see where you're coming from if you don't show me where to
If you
look.
want to sway your opinion, it has to come. It has to come with some meat to it. You
Yeah.
gotta have some meat to it.
Exactly. All right, add moderator. There you go. That's all I'm saying. And the whole thing about like character writing and everything is just me wanting to clarify that there is a difference between like plot writing and character writing. And I think both are very important, obviously, but I just want to make sure that like I just had the opinion where I wanted to talk about like I think it's unfair to give more credit to the person that didn't put as much heart into the work. And I don't know, but someone that isn't well defined, that has a personality for every situation, every player that wants to portray them, that's not as impressive to me as someone who has been handcrafted to experience alongside the player the plot that's been laid out. You know, like one, if they both have their place, obviously, and like I said, Fallout wouldn't work if they did very rigid character writing. Fallout is better because they do the self-insert writing. But to me, to say that the writing that went into writing the character specifically for Fallout is to the same caliber as what went into writing a character like Spider-Man or Kratos, to me, that's just wrong.
Yeah, you can't compare Kratos now. Kratos is a whole different breed, in my opinion. I love God of War.
Yeah. Well, there. It's
Especially-
everything I said before. Replace Spider-Man with Kratos.
Okay, well then I'm on board because I love God of War.
Yeah.
I am pumped for Ragnarok simply because,
It looks great. It really does.
well, story-wise, it could be a gold mine.
Yeah.
The story of how we meet Loki in Greek mythology,
Norse
sort
mythology.
of ish. Wait, spoiler alert. Sorry. Don't know if y'all knew that. Did you play God of War?
No, I'm waiting
on
for.
PlayStation?
I'm waiting for both games to be very readily available.
Well, then I'm sorry.
It's fine. I already
But-
have my predictions as to how Ragnarok ends, and I made those predictions about
Well,
5
we know how-
years ago.
So I kind of
No
know
way.
how. I think Ragnarok's going to end the way
3
we'd
years ago.
expect it to end.
Yeah,
Also, stream, we gotta say goodbye.
yeah. Thanks
streaming tomorrow
everybody.
night?
Yeah, we are. We're probably gonna do. Jeremy should be there, so probably Extraction, Red Solstice, something like that.
Ooh, we should do some Gen Zero if we can get Mike on.
Yeah, let's go for it. Chortle Games Extra Life, check it out. We will be back with a regular stream tomorrow. Donations are still live, but Monday we'll have podcast. Maybe it's Uno if somebody pays $50 and wants it, and then the next special stream where we will have donation rewards will be on Thursday, and that's probably going to be something like Generation Zero, 7 Days to Die, something like that. We still haven't
Yeah.
ironed that out. We need to do that. But thanks for watching,
should.
everybody. Kermit, glad you're not sad anymore. Enjoy that tea. Vortex,
Glad
thanks for
you're here,
hanging out. Kermit,
Love you,
I hope
Vortex.
I hope you stick around. I love meeting new people. I love getting to talk to new people. So it's been a pleasure. It really has. Thank you
Yes.
for listening to my ridiculous ranting.
And if you give $1 to the stream, never mind. You can give $1. There you go. I did it for you. I know you, Kermit. I feel it. I feel it in my bone.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye, guys.